Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here, welcoming you to another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, February 15th, 2021. So hope you guys had a good Valentine's Day. So this will cover the week of February 8th through the 14th of 2021. It wasn't the most productive week ever, but there was some good stuff done during the week. I did get a platinum and made some progress in other games. But as a quick update on Fallout 76, I am seemingly pretty close to the end of this whole Steel Dawn storyline, so I probably won't be playing that too much more until I get done with it. Otherwise, though, you guys might remember I didn't really get to stream this weekend because on Friday I was actually hanging out with a friend from back home, so we were busy playing some Call of Duty Zombies and stuff, so that was the reasoning for Friday. And then on Saturday, just the whole thing decided it didn't want to work at all. And I still don't know exactly what the reason is, but as best I can tell, the issue came from if I plugged in my headphones and just, tried to stream that way, I didn't have any issues. But as soon as I unplugged the headphones, that's what broke the streaming setup. So I have no idea why that happened. Maybe you guys can tell me because that's just really, really weird. Like, that is just a very strange thing to have happen. Like, it only works if I have the headphones plugged in. I don't get it. It's just, I really don't get it. And that was also only with the Switch. I haven't tested that exact method with the PS4. I don't know if I will get the chance to. But yeah, I did a couple of just sort of privately streamed today just so I could test some of that stuff. But it's not my internet, and it's not... I don't think it's the capture card, though. The audio has been sounding a little bit weird here as well. Like, when I'm scrolling between different things, it sounds like it's sort of in a different pitch or something, unless maybe there was some kind of update that did that, even though I don't think there was. So, anyway, we had 4 games that we made progress on this week. First and foremost, Call of Duty World War II. 100% complete. Never have to play this game again. In fact, it's already been deleted from my console. Anyway, this Platinum Trophy and 100%, it is definitely not one of the easiest ones in the franchise. It is a very obnoxious one, especially with the DLCs. So as for the Platinum Trophy, the Platinum isn't too bad. It's pretty medium difficulty. You have a few trophies here based on having your allies throw you items, which was a feature in this game that you built up over the course of a level. It was a nice little feature, and it gives you 5 fairly easy trophies that you'll probably get by the end of your veteran playthrough. Save 5 allies by throwing away a live enemy grenade. I don't know if it just meant throw 5 enemy grenades or if they actually had to be about to kill someone. This one is going to probably come naturally by the time you finish your veteran playthrough, just tossing out smoke grenades. Then you have your heroic actions here for the allies to safety, groups of enemies to surrender, and the allies locked in struggle. So those can all be found by using a guide, same with the 33 mementos. But do keep in mind that these are a little bit time sensitive usually, to where you have to get them done quickly or else you might have to replay the mission. Then you have to spend 3 minutes in the focus mode during the campaign. I kind of forgot that existed, but it's very easy, and it's not like you really have to do anything during it. Just hold activated, I mean. You have to beat the game on Veteran, which Veteran in this game, it's not the easiest one in the franchise just because there are health kits and non-regenerating health. But unlike Call of Duty Classic, this one does give you health packs on Veteran and still fairly generous with them, so it's not too bad. It's not really that much to worry about outside of a few tricky portions. Then you have a bunch of story and miscellaneous trophies. Pretty much every mission gives you a trophy for finishing the mission and a miscellaneous trophy for doing something within it. So you have D-Day and breaching the seawall in under 2 minutes without getting hit here, which is a little bit annoying. You have a mission and protect the tanks by shooting down all the planes. So this is very much the I'm a stand-up kind of guy section of this game. Actually, it's one of 2. I don't know if it's quite as bad as the one in Battlefield 1. I don't think it's as difficult, but I know it was annoying because if you screw up, you have to redo the whole mission. Then you have another story-related trophy. This one's pretty easy. Just protect him without missing a shot. You can use that focus mode. This one you just can't hit any obstacles. That's fairly easy, even though this game has driving sections for some reason. Liberation, still one of the best missions in the game and one of the most memorable in the franchise as of recently. And it also has a stealth portion that's very Wolfenstein-esque, but it's a very solid mission. Nothing much to worry about there. You have to complete collateral damage and get through with the tank having a pretty high health left. I think it's 80%. This one, that's another stealth trophy. This one's fairly easy. Like, he can die, but it's actually fairly easy to protect him. The Battle of the Bulge is another shoot-down thing, except that this one is from the actual air, and it's not really all that difficult. This one is another stealth-related trophy. And then you have a trophy for the final mission, which this is another straight-up, I'm a stand-up kind of guy thing. So I don't know why they decided to do that twice in this game. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. But they did. So then you have multiplayer. You have to get 10 total kills, nothing difficult there. You have to complete 21 daily challenges. If it's the way it was when the game came out, you could do like 3 a day. So basically just do this for a week. And it also required you to... I specifically remember having to do more than 21 daily challenges, so I had to do more like 25, so it may take a couple extra days. Prestige once, it's not difficult, but obviously the game is a lot less populated now, so you might want to get the multiplayer stuff done first. Win 5 war matches, that's a specific game mode. It's a fairly good game mode, it takes a little bit longer. And then Prestige Division should come along the way to prestiging normally. And then you have your Zombies trophies. You have this for the basic Easter egg for the Final Reich, which is pretty easy. Like, I did it with a group of 3 total people with no communications. People just shooting and stabbing at the air as to where to go. This is for the hardcore Easter egg, and I do admit that I got carried through this pretty much, but it's not, I mean, it's not like the hardest series of Easter eggs in the franchise. But all the Easter eggs in this game are insanely long compared to some of the other ones in previous games. Like, they all take, like, over 2 hours. This one gives some people trouble. It was my last trophy for the Platinum, just surviving until Wave 20 in the prologue. You don't have to survive Wave 20, just to Wave 20. I recommend the NZ, like, 41 assault rifle. You need to have monkey bombs or jack-in-the-box or whatever you want to call them. That is an absolute necessity. And you're going to need to constantly pick up armor and everything. But it's not terrible. I did it within, 2 tries total. But you do have to get a little bit lucky with enemy spawns and not, letting yourself go down for stupid mistakes, pretty much. Then you have some Final Reich trophies once again. So you have to get 10 kills from a single bomber explosion. That one's not too difficult. Building all the variants of the Tesla gun is part of the Easter egg. Then knock over 10 zombies with a single Wustling charge is fairly easy. A lot of people get that one. Find and shoot Dr. Straub. I believe he spawns in the starting area, and this one may actually come by accident. Killing a bomber with a shovel, as long as you knock away their bomb, this isn't difficult at all, as long as you're doing it on a fairly early wave. Building the Tesla gun is basically an unmissable objective you get pretty early on in this map. And then survive 3 pest waves without taking damage during those pest waves. This means you have to survive through wave 15, and you can't take any damage on 5, 10, or 15. It's not terribly difficult, but it is just a little bit tedious to go that far and make sure you don't screw up there. And I'm assuming that every player in the lobby has to do it in order to unlock it. So then we get to the Resistance. This is the first and most difficult DLC. You have these 2 trophies are both part of the Easter egg. This Easter egg is insane. It's like 2.5 hours long, and it takes forever. It takes actually quite a bit of skill. It's definitely the hardest of all the Easter eggs in this game. At least it felt like it was when my group did it. I mean, we did it within a couple of tries, but it still just took forever, even with a good setup and people knowing what they were doing. You have to kill 250 zombies with Barbarossa's Pommel, which is a special weapon you get during the Easter egg. This one's very easy to do just by either training or by having everyone camp in front of the Pack-a-Punch machine and just sit there. Kill a Muchler, whatever you want to call it, in the fog. This one's fairly easy because these enemies, they spawn a lot more often later on in the game. They spawn in the fog, and there's a very good chance you'll get this during the final boss fight of the Easter egg. This one is actually the rarest trophy in the game on PSN profiles at the time this video is being recorded. It's not terrible, but you do have to have an insta-kill or else it won't be possible. This is the Pack-a-Punch machine. It's not too difficult. You just have to find 3 coils within the minecart tracks. Dr. Straub mostly spawns in either the sub-pen or the window above the beach. It's a little random as to when he will show up, but you just have to hit him once and you're good to go. This trophy is extremely annoying, ripping the spines out of every zombie type. You do have to do this as part of the Easter egg, so if you're doing the Easter egg solo, you'll get this along the way, but otherwise, only the player that does it will get it. The regular and pest zombies are easy. The Wustling isn't too bad, but it's the Mutualer that's the problem because they have so much health. I highly recommend Shell Shock and possibly Frontline if you're doing it with 2 players to go for this one. And also the spine has to be charged. It can't just be any spine, it has to be a charged spine, so you can also get screwed over by that and just not get it. Surviving the beach rush is very easy. Most players will probably get this one without really trying, and exploring the entire island will be done as part of the Easter egg. So now for War Machine, the Stadjäger is the boss of this map. He's a little tricky, even if you use cheese techniques to do it a little bit more safely like we did. We basically just had all 4 of us camping in the drop pod and meleeing him like crazy throughout the match. It worked, and it worked quickly, but it was definitely a bit of a nerve-wracking thing to do. I don't even know how to unlock the Pack-a-Punch on this map because I was never the one that did it, but it looks like 1% of people get it at least. Reaching wave 15 using only melee weapons isn't really that difficult because the melee weapons are pretty strong on this map and you can still use, like, you know, power-ups and stuff. Kill 50, get coked with the special weapon, that's the Wonderbus. It's basically a blunderbuss that shoots like an energy beam. Killing 50 of the special zombies isn't really difficult, but it's very tedious and it will take over an hour from the time that you build the Wonderbus, because only about 1 can spawn per minute, and you let it spawn, kill it while continuously training zombies, and just wait out a couple of low rounds until you get enough kills. It takes forever though. Then you have to keep one alive on the stage in the cabaret building, or whatever it's called, the theater, for 1 minute. This one's actually glitched in a good way. It only takes about 30 to 40 seconds. Then you have to obtain the blade without firing a shot, which is around 3/4 of the way through the Easter egg. So you have to do a big chunk of the Easter egg without firing a shot. But you can use the Wonderbus, and I believe you can use grenades, and you can use power-ups and stuff. Then you have to survive at least 2 waves in the church after round 20. This one's bugged for a lot of people and often takes extra rounds, like sometimes up to 4. But that just seems to be a common thing now. Then you have to get 250 kills with the blade, which is the special weapon that you get during the Easter egg, but it must be done in the museum and each player must get it themselves. Another really grindy trophy. This DLC's got a lot of really obnoxious grindy trophies, even though the Easter egg isn't quite as time consuming, so that's probably why. Then you have to collect ammo from every zombie type in a single game. That is done by using the special attack, the L2 button on the Wonderbus. And you have to get a Wustling, a Bomber, a regular zombie, a Pest zombie, and the new special Fire zombies. And finally, you have to kill a Wustling using every melee weapon in a single match, and only 1 player is allowed to get this trophy per match because for some reason it's glitched, and it only allows 1 player to do it. I don't understand why. It makes no sense. We'll come back to United Front. Shadow War is the final and the easiest of the 4 maps. This one you can get all the trophies in well under 5 hours if you know what you're doing and have a decent team. So to get the trophies, this very first one is unmissable. You're going to get it during your first playthrough of the map most likely. Unlocking the Pack-a-Punch is fairly easy here. You just have to go through the 3 transports as long as you know where they are. You also have to go through the transports with every type of zombie, of which I think there are 6 on this map. But only 1 player in the lobby has to do it, and it'll unlock for everyone, which is nice. You have to traverse from the caves down to the bridge. This requires you to use the upgraded flail and its special ability. Then you have the trials, which all 4 trials are part of the Easter egg. If you're doing the Easter egg solo, you'll get them all naturally. If not, then only the player completing them during any Easter egg run will actually get the trophies. But you could always, if you really had to, you could always just focus on doing 1 per game if you really aren't confident. Then you have to get 100 kills with each Raven weapon in a single match. This one's annoying because it is very grindy, even though the Raven weapons, aside from the flail, are very powerful. I'd recommend saving the flail for last, just so that you'll know that as soon as you hit 100 kills, it'll pop. And the game, of course, doesn't keep track of this or anything, to where, if you want to keep track of it, you're going to have to do it yourself because reasons. So anyway, you also have to defeat the Ancient Evil. This is the Easter egg for the map. It's not terrible. Like I said, you can do it in like 2 hours. It's not the hardest Easter egg at all. And the boss fight is pretty easy if you're willing to cheese it. It's basically involving melee weapons and using your power-ups at certain times. So just do note that. But it's a fairly easy, good DLC, so nothing much to worry about there. And then finally, United Front. And I guess I forgot to delete the trophy images from last week because I haven't been on the PS4 too much. I've been busy this week. So as for this map, you have to complete 100 objective waves, which is going to come naturally while collecting the engineered parts. That was my last trophy. Assembling the sword is a big chunk of the Easter egg, but you actually only have to do the Easter egg on the 3rd map if you play in custom matches, and it's one of the easiest Easter eggs in this game. Then you have to escape from all 3 maps, so that's those 3 trophies, so just escape from all 3 maps for your first time. You have to collect 25 engineered parts. This is the big grindy trophy because at best you're going to be winning like twice every hour at best, most likely, unless you're... Maybe you could... I could see you maybe winning up to 5 times in a 2-hour period if you're really good at the game. But either way, you have to collect 25, and actually this trophy's glitched to where most players end up having to get either 26 or 27. Mine unlocked at 26. Some people's doesn't unlock until 27. Some actually are lucky enough to have it unlock at 25. It has something to do with DLC weapons that were never released, but their parts were released into the game for some reason. Thankfully, there's no duplicates, so you're going to get it as soon as you get that 27th part if you don't get it before that. Then you have to defeat the Guardian solo. This is the boss of the 3rd map. He's actually a little bit easier solo. It's just a little tougher getting to him. Shooting Klaus is done on the final map. That's Beneath the Ice. The Max Bureau ranking is a bit of a grind, but it's not too bad. You'll probably get it by the time you get all of the engineered parts. And finally, you have to escape from every map without using a blitz. The first 2 maps aren't too bad for this. It's more the 3rd map because of the boss fight. But there is a little cheese you can do for this in that for the final map, if you do the Easter egg, you get all 6 perks for free. And those perks, they're not permanent, but you get them all for free, and it doesn't void the trophy. So that's how you're going to want to do it. So yeah, Call of Duty World War II is now 100% complete. I want to say it's maybe the 3rd rarest Call of Duty 100% out there, because Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, I believe, are both still rarer. But this one is right there behind it. Infinite Warfare is pretty rare as well, and then some of the other games after that are less rare. Black Ops 2, I think, is up there as well. So, the next game I played was HiQ Ace. This is identical to HiQ Ace Unlimited, except that it's easier, as you can see. So, with this one, you have 60, 150, and 450 seconds for the different difficulty levels. This one, you get 100, 240, and 600. The game is identical with the exception of the puzzles being different, but the trophies are pretty much easier this time around. So nothing to worry about. Just complete those levels in those time limits. You're not going to have any problem with this. It basically just hands you victory. And I believe HiQ Ace is free, just like the Unlimited one was. You also have to fit 1,000 pieces into place and use 100 power-ups. These are both a little bit of a grind, so basically just solve all the other puzzles using as many power-ups as you can, and you're going to be good to go. There's 18 puzzles available by default. You can buy more if you really want. There's no real reason to unless you're really into puzzles, though. Moving on. We talked about that a lot last week. Next up is Sagebrush. This is a Rattle Lake game, and it's actually a fairly decent one. It's one of the better ones I've played from them. It's a very easy platinum trophy as well. As long as you're following a guide, you can do it in 30 to 60 minutes. Definitely can easily do it in under an hour. That wasn't the first trophy I got, but let's see. I think the first trophy I got was... No, it wouldn't have been that one. I think it would have been this one. So that would have given me 8:07 p.m., Yeah, it took me around 43 minutes to get the platinum, and you can certainly do it faster. This game has multiple stacks. I want to say it's only PS4 versions, though, and this is the North American version. I don't own any of the other versions, so I won't be doing any of the other versions, but it's not a bad game. It's basically just a walking simulator, a couple very light puzzle elements, stuff like that. So you get these first 6 trophies, I believe, all from completing the story, so I believe those are all story-related, and this is the last one you get. So yeah, I think you get half the trophies just by finishing the game, which, like I said before, is pretty short. The flashlight batteries and the pregnancy test are random items that you can find in like a shed at the beginning of the game and in the, not necessarily outhouses, I guess they're more outdoor bathrooms in the trailer park, respectively. Then you have to get all 12 audio tapes in the game. As long as you're following a guide, you will get them along the way. I recommend following Bad Driver's Guide. It worked great for everything. Didn't have any issues with this one. And then you also have to sprint around the bases, which you actually do have to run to make it count. But this is obviously very simple. Nothing much to worry about with that one. So yeah, this one's worth playing, especially if you can get it for cheap. It's not a bad game at all. It's definitely, it's playable. It's got some stories to it. It's got a little more complicated gameplay to it. So yeah, it's worth trying out. It's not bad. And finally, I just got started on Lego The Hobbit for the Vita. I haven't done a Lego game in a while. Well, I mean, a few months, but I haven't done a Vita Lego game or a Vita game in general for quite a while. So this one it's sort of in the middle difficulty for the Vita Lego games. You have to complete the game and all the gold brick challenges. This is the big thing in that there's like, I think 36 levels or something. You have to complete the 10 gold brick challenges in each of them. Most of them are easy, but a few of them are tougher. And also this game, apparently, if you die, you have to restart the whole level and do the challenges again. But there is an invincibility brick, so I doubt that's going to be much of a problem. 100 million studs shouldn't be a problem with the stud multipliers. These are like side quests you can do in the hub world. Same with this. I don't know much about this yet. I assume that this is just more collectible stuff. Obviously, the red bricks are typical collectibles. These mineral builds and hidden nodes, I don't know about the hidden nodes, but the mineral builds are something different where you have to kind of farm for materials, apparently, to get this one. And then, what is this one? So just travel to various locations in the game after you've beaten the game, that's fine. Talk to a bunch of characters in the world map, then a Lego kit or mini kit on all the Lego plates, so I guess it's another thing related to the mini kits. Complete all the gold bricks. There must not be very many on the main map, because I think most of them come from the levels. Micro levels, I don't know what those are exactly, probably just little bonus levels or something. So then complete this level a second time after completing all the other levels. Well, I mean, you're going to have to play through every level multiple times regardless. Don't know exactly what this is. I'm not that familiar with The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings or any of that, unfortunately. That's never been something I was quite as interested in. 10 enemies is Gollum while wearing the one ring. That's probably pretty easy. Then you have to use all the fishing spots. This one's supposedly glitched. There's apparently, you're supposed to do it all with one specific version of the Bard. So now you have some miscellaneous trophies, unlocking all the characters and character bios. Location bios, okay, that's different. Purchase all the hints, so that's just buying a bunch of stuff. Launch enemies from catapults is probably pretty easy, and then these are all mission-specific trophies, actually, so nothing much to worry about with those. But then you have to mine all the mine spots in the first level of the game. That is one of the gold brick challenges for that level. So just more miscellaneous trophies after that. It doesn't look like this is one of the games that gives you a trophy for like completing every single mission like some of them do. It looks like you just get them every few missions this time around, but you do get a lot of trophies for completing all the different missions, so that's good. So you do get a decent amount for that. So with that, let's sync up the trophies. Level 715, 16%, 19,982 total trophies, 488 platinums, 2,826 golds, 5,341 silvers, and 11,327 bronzes. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As for what's going on over the next week or so, hopefully streaming won't crap out on me this coming week. I really hope it doesn't, because, I want to be able to do that. I really, I love streaming and I want to be able to do that some more, but it could have just been a thing with my Switch. I don't know, or like I said though, it's just weird because unplugging my headphones makes the thing crash, and we weren't recording with headphones in because we were trying to be able to both hear everything. I mean, I've done that before with no problems with the PS4, so it must just be a Switch thing. I don't know. Or maybe the capture card is not doing the best right now, which is also possible. I have no idea. I really don't. Maybe you guys have a better solution as to what's going on, but basically it's just like, it gives me that yellow alert, YouTube is not receiving enough data, and then just randomly cuts out constantly if I don't have the headphones plugged in, at least on the Switch. Now, I didn't necessarily try that on the PS4, but in the past it's never been a problem on PS4, so I might actually test that out on earlier this week just to see if that is an issue. But I mean, again, I don't really know. At least I know that this time it doesn't seem to be my internet, because I ran speed tests during it and my speed isn't going down or anything. Otherwise, though, plans for the upcoming future. This week I will probably be done with Fallout 76 again, so I won't have to play it again for a while. Get it out of the way. And then I can focus on The Division and Destiny 1, as well as getting a decent 20,000 trophy. I wouldn't mind that 20,000 trophy either being the one from The Division or one from Destiny 1. I think either way it would be a solid milestone, because most of my remaining trophies in Destiny 1 are a little bit more time-consuming or a little bit more difficult. So that would be fairly good for that. Then in March, we head on over to that Uncharted 4 grind, or perhaps just wait until I'm done with Division and Destiny 1. I gotta find people that'll carry through the Division survival mode. That's the one I'm more worried about, because I know with Destiny, that game is still has a fairly active community of even people that'll carry you through everything, just because of their love of the game and their love of the adventure, and probably also for some of the loot that you might manage to get. So I'm not too worried about Destiny 1. I also actually went ahead and bought Rise of Iron, even though it's ridiculously overpriced, just because it's never going to go on sale most likely. So just go ahead and buy it now and just go ahead and start getting back into the game. I need a few days to relearn the game, though. Same with Division, probably before I go for those trophies. Then, yeah, March, Uncharted 4. April, go to Resident Evil 7 and Black Ops 3. May is when we hit our last current online game, GTA 5. And at the very least, I'll get the Heist DLC done in most of the Doomsday Heist. I don't know if I'll ever get those last two trophies, but if I can get most of it, that'll be fairly good. And then, over the rest of the year, we will go back to some single-player games, things like The Outer Worlds, the rest of Borderlands 3, Shadow of the Colossus, Call of Duty Classic. Far Cry 2 will probably be before then, though. I assume that I will get to 500 Platinums before then. I mean, I could have 500 Platinums. I could be at $4.99 tomorrow if I wanted. I'm also probably going to do We Were Here, or whatever it's called. Me and Ghost are talking about doing that one. So probably going to do that one once I hit that 20,000 trophy mark. Although I need to see how many trophies are in that game. Actually, will it tell me how many trophies are in that game? I assume, well, I don't really know how many it's going to have, because some easy games might have 50 trophies and some might have, you know... Oh, does it not tell me? Huh, guess not. Okay then. Well, I can just check it on PSN profiles. So, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully the schedule is pretty normal this week. I'll be doing another cookbook video because I'm really liking that Destiny cookbook so far. I really liked the next two recipes made in it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully everything came out correctly this time around, and hopefully the streaming works for later this week.